Clint Cosgrove, Rivals national recruiting analyst, here with four-star receiver Cam Williams out of Glenbard South in Illinois. Cam, you've been blowing up, man. Thanks for coming on to talk about your recruitment.
Thank you for having me. It's a great opportunity to be able to sit down and talk with you. So thank you.
Yeah, no, it's fun talking with you in this environment because I think I first met you when you were a freshman, right after you ran a 40 at that North Central camp. You ran like 4 or 5. Yeah.
And something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Coach Christie's like, he's going to be the next big one. And I was like, I don't doubt that one bit, man. So
you believed in it. So I'm glad you did.
Yes, he did. He did. He's we've texted a lot about you over the years. So I'm sure he's excited to see the way this has played out for you. But let's dive right into it. You just picked up a big offer from Notre Dame. Give me an idea about just how it happened, previous communication. Have you visited there? And just overall thoughts on the Irish.
At first my recruiting with Notre Dame started off like really slow. Back in October, I went on a visit with them to their game against Cincinnati at home, and it was like weird. I didn't have any communication with any coaches or anything leaving, which was very unfortunate. But wildly enough, when Coach McCullough was a running backs coach at Indiana, he stopped by at school in that December area, and offered me at Indiana. And Coach Christie texted me like a week later. He was saying, Coach McCullough left me at Notre Dame. I'm like, that helps.
Can't hurt.
So I wasn't too mad about that. And then I think more contact with them just kind of stirred things up, and I visited there during that spring ball time. And sure enough, Coach Reese gave me a quick visit, and that's just kind of how it all happened.
Awesome. So especially for a Midwest kid, Notre Dame's a big one. Does that put them towards the top of your list? Is Notre Dame instantly a standout, or just tell me your thoughts on that?
Definitely, they're definitely a standout for sure. And I didn't even think how significant the offer was until like Coach Christie literally looked at me. He was like, "Dude, this is Notre Dame." I'm like, "Well, I know, but I didn't fully grasp that part." But just with simple stuff like their location and everything. And where they're at and who they are, just as a school and a program. I'm sure they love to recruit this area. So kid from that area to get offered from them, I definitely put them high up in the list in the future probably. So
awesome. Along with Notre Dame, you picked up a couple other big offers recently. I believe Cincinnati and Duke. Just give me your thoughts on each of those programs. Maybe any coaches you connected with, if you visited there before. Just any thoughts on either of them.
Cincinnati. They're actually a school that I was interested in, kind of looking for that, to establish some sort of contact with them. And sure enough, I was able to, because actually Alec Pierce, who just got drafted, being from
second round,
2 minutes down the street from me. I connected with
West.
him. Yep, and I connected with him, thankfully. And I don't know if he had anything to do with reaching out. I've gotten some Twitter follows from a few other coaches prior, but I talked to him more about it. I don't know if he had anything to do with it, but when the time came, I talked with Coach Gino, great guy, and he kind of also just gave me the news with that. So they were one I was really excited about. So that's a cool place and a cool program. So
yeah, you talk about it. Cincinnati's been good for a while, but for them to make it to the playoff and everything like that.
That's a top team right there. So.
Yeah, especially with you younger guys, that's the Cincinnati that you know. And so obviously they've had a lot of success. So I'm sure that one holds a lot of weight. And Alec Pierce, I'm pretty sure that his opinion holds a lot of weight at Cincinnati as well.
It does.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, it's a kid from 5 minutes from me. I play in the same position. So I was like, it was good to get some insight from him. It was real good.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. How about Duke? Tell me more about
Duke, Duke, I never really heard much of, like football wise. I mean, everybody knows how they are with basketball. That's how I kind of knew Duke. But I mean, I know it's a great school, and that's one of the more important things when making a decision. I mean, it's definitely school. I mean, if I go east, I'm sure I'd make a stop or visit to. Also, do more research on it because it doesn't hurt to do that. So there's someone I'd have to get to know more, but that was a good one to kind of have on the list from the ACC. So
I would say so. It's
yeah,
never bad when a Power Five that's also one of the top academic institutions in
exactly.
the world wants to offer you a scholarship. Speaking of, you talked about maybe getting, down to Duke if you make a East Coast swing. Do you have any upcoming visit plans, and where to if you do?
Right now, it's kind of making a schedule for me, I guess you could say, for this like early June, maybe late May, for me to go down to Michigan, or I guess up to Michigan, over to Wisconsin, Cincinnati. We're gonna go see, and possibly make it down to Georgia as well. And that list could maybe expand. We're still kind of just seeing what camps or just visits I'm gonna make. So I'm pretty sure by the next couple of weeks or so, we'll probably have all that stuff figured out. But those four right now are what we're looking at.
Awesome. Now, when you do go on these visits, are there certain things? I mean, when you first went on your visits and didn't have all these offers before you had 20 plus offers, you're probably just, bright lights looking around. I have a feeling you go with different intentions now that you do have
Yeah,
offers and these are options. What are you looking to get out of these visits?
I mean, and it's funny that you say that because I mean, I go to Michigan and I walk into that weight room. It's just like but there's a lot more to a school than its weight room. Um, I mean, I'm gonna go see the entire campus. I probably want to major in kinesiology, so I'm gonna go see that department or maybe the business school because sports management is another thing. Just stuff like that, so it's more in depth, not just because it's not all football. So
No
I'm,
question.
I'm, gonna I'm gonna definitely go see just more of the school rather than the football stuff because that's just both important.
Take a deeper dive, huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How about this? I know you haven't named a group of top schools, and you're 24. You got plenty of time.
Yeah.
But do you have, any plans on narrowing your list? Are there certain teams that obviously stand out right now? Just tell me a little bit more about that.
I mean, I tell every coach that I'm open. I mean, I don't close any doors, and because like I said, I mean, I'm a 24. I mean, yeah, I got a lot of time on my hands. But I mean, I think growing up, I was always a huge Michigan fan, and also a Wisconsin fan, and I mean, not to. I mean, that also doesn't mean that that's where I'm gonna go. So, like I said, I tell coach will ask me like, "What are your dream schools?" I mean, I'll be honest with them; those are my dream schools. But I'm like, I could find another place that I fall in love with that's not Michigan or Wisconsin. So, no, I mean, I'm kind of just taking everything in. But morally, I do know that those are my favorite schools when it came to college football.
Okay. Hey, you know what? Growing up, we all have our favorite teams, but
Exactly. So,
obviously it becomes a little different when when you start getting all these other options and looking deeper into schools. So nothing wrong with having those dream schools, but as you said, your recruitment's wide open, and
yes, sir.
you're young, man. That's probably the way to go about it. Let's finish with this. No plans to narrow list yet. You're wide open. You do have some schools that stand out. You've got some impressive offers. Well, you've got ACC, Big Ten, SEC, MAC, AAC. Yeah, you're covering all the conferences almost. But do you have a commitment timeline? Is there a time that you would like to be done with all of this?
I think going into my senior season, I want to be kind of focused on just what's going on with me, like football wise, like at school, like the team. And because I have a possible plan to also graduate early, so I just kind of want to make that just real I don't have to worry about anything. So I've been talking with family and coach, and I talked to them about possibly after my junior season, or kind of like a year from now, Eric, kind of like that 2023 winter, spring area. That's just when I would like to do it right now, but that could change. It could be earlier, it could be sooner. I mean, earlier or it could be later. So I think we'll just have to see. But for now, that's kind of where my head's at.
Awesome. Well, hey, man, it's always good to talk with you. It's fun to see you in this setting. I'm excited for you and appreciate your time, man. Look forward to watching you. Geez, 2 more high school seasons.
Yeah,
and then,
I know. It's crazy that I still think that I do have 2 more left on me. So it'll be real exciting 2 years. But thank you for having me on here. Honestly,
yeah, man.
It means a lot.
No, lot of fun. And, it's crazy is you're just scratching the surface of the player you're going to be, and you're already fantastic. So I can't wait to see when you fully develop, man. It'll be a special sight. So
me too.
But yeah, we wish you the best of luck, man. And I'm sure we'll be seeing plenty of each other in the coming years.
Thank you.
Take care, buddy.